Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the podcast where we live in a world where Vince McMahon has erased Roman Reigns from WWE existence. It's Lost in the Midcard. Welcome. We are back. Took the last week off. We actually had a little technical difficulties, communication difficulties. We're going to blame Twitter on that. I mean, when do Twitter DMs go down? Never. But so we had a little communication issue, but we are back this week. We are going to talk about another week of wrestling without fans, Dynamite, NXT, Raw, SmackDown. Talk a few headlines. We're going to finally finish off our bracket. Midcard Madness, we're down to 16. We'll crown a champion tonight. And then finally we'll wrap things up with our predictions because we do have a pay-per-view this weekend. Money.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. Money in the Bank is on Sunday. We'll talk about everything about that. But first, thank you to SpiderDuck.net for being our host, enabling us to be on iTunes, Spotify, and any of your favorite podcasting apps. All you got to do is search for Lost in the Midcard, hit that subscribe button. That way you know every time a new episode comes your way, typically every Wednesday. And you can subscribe to us on the YouTube. Links to everything are on our Facebook page, facebook.com/Lost in the Midcard. Also on the Twitter, at LITMC Podcast, where we share a lot of the great wrestling tweets from around the world, so give us a follow on that. Instagram is LITMC_podcast. We're there as well. I'm your host, Jeremy Bennett. You can find me on the Twitter at JBHuskers, as always. My co-host, he is on the Twitter at RawFShowtime. It is Mr. Matt Black. Matt, how you doing?
Man, I'm doing all right. You know, we've got the communication working again. We got the shit done. Lockdown.
All we need is Matt's video, which will
be fixed next week, baby.
Officially on Monday.
Matt
will be fixed.
Matt wants a green screen. He wants some background. We all could do it, I guess. I just have to set mine up.
I'm gonna put a roll of paper towels behind me.
We're gonna look super cool next week, ladies and gentlemen.
If I get my green screen up, yeah, and then figure out what I want to do. I don't know what my background would be. I don't know. Tuesday night.
A bottle of scotch.
Yeah. Hey. Yeah. Right there. Some doers. I wasn't gonna drink tonight, but Darryl talked me into
I made him do it.
It's good.
Oh boy.
Maybe I get the Tuesday Night Titans background. You know.
I can do the Shotgun Saturday Night.
Get Gorilla and Bobby behind me on the old set. I don't know. We'll find that out. And as always, as you've already heard him on the show here this week, he's on the Twitter at No One Like B. Darryl Bullock, how you doing?
Margarita, Cinco de Mayo. I'm doing well.
I had a lot of tacos, so if I lean like this, probably means I got to fart. But
wow,
you got to do the SBD. Like you got to lean that weight to the left side. And
it might come out like a machine gun. There may not be any S in that. There might not be any S in that at all. The S might be shit.
Unbelievable.
And good shit, pal. Yeah.
Literally.
How about this bullshit with Roman Reigns before we get
Dude.
into some shows?
Oh, you want to start with this?
Well,
might as well get it out the way.
I don't really have a headline for it. I mean, and we could talk about it when we get to Raw, but I mean, we did. I don't know if we covered the headline that we were off a couple times in the past month. So we might have missed the headline of the Vince basically instructing the announcers to not even mention Roman Reigns' existence. That was about 2 weeks ago, and then the big bombshell dropped. Well, a lot of people may not have caught it if they weren't paying attention, because I mean it was a replay of WrestleMania 34, I believe.
Mm-hmm.
And when they were counting down the top 10 moments of Money in the Bank history, and At number one, I think should have still been Edge cashing on John Cena the very first. But number one was Seth, probably because this was done at WrestleMania. It was the only cash in at WrestleMania, so that's probably why they put it at number one. But it was Seth Rollins making it a triple threat match against Brock Lesnar and Roman Reigns. But who's missing from that triple threat in the video package on Raw?
Joe, a guy named Joe.
Wow.
I couldn't believe it.
I don't know, and I was looking around on Twitter and not many people caught it.
No, you actually caught when you caught it. I wasn't paying attention either. But when I actually saw it,
I'm the one who caught it.
Yeah.
And I was just like, they seriously take Roman Reigns out of that fucking highlight.
Yeah,
I couldn't believe it.
The only glimpse of Roman you get is when they do the faraway shot down the ramp. You might be able to see him, a little speck of Roman laying on the mat, but that's about the most you see out of Roman in that whole thing.
That's just fucking petty. Like, for what? That man was trying to protect his family. And
some dude tried to argue with me on Twitter.
Want me to fight him?
Yeah.
Okay.
I didn't respond back. I responded back with, "Are you even paying attention?" That pissed him off. So hey, I won there. If let me get the tweet up here. It was here's what he said. He goes, if you want to believe the rumors, okay. And I go, "Are you paying attention? He was removed from the whole replay. He's not been mentioned after that rumor came out. That pretty much confirms the rumor when they edit the fucking tape showing Seth Rollins cashing in." He got all pissy that I questioned him paying attention. So
sensitive.
Well, apparently you're not paying attention if you couldn't fucking realize what they're doing here last night.
Yeah.
This bullshit going on. States are hitting all highs for single cases because now there's more tests. Roman should not be out in this shit.
No, like absolutely not.
Out of everybody, he should not be there. I get you're the star of the show, but at the same time, man, if there's no star of the show if that man's not alive.
It's so funny. It's like, oh, Roman doesn't have heat. Now and all of a sudden, a month later,
it's very obvious that
pretty much
he got heat with the old man.
When's that contract up? Oh, wouldn't Vince be mad at him going to AEW?
Wouldn't that be something?
That would be fun.
Vince might have just fucking cashed that check right now.
That would be a very crazy, interesting turn of events.
I would love it
if it went down like that.
In the spirit of pissing people off, I would love it.
Vince might have cashed that check. I hope Moose bitch slaps douche mashes. That'd be funny.
It's the TNA champion Moose you're talking about.
Yeah, since
right.
Tessa can't travel. Yeah, Moose wins.
Yeah, she's stuck in Mexico.
Was that Moose's first world championship?
No, I believe not.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it is.
Is it?
Yep.
Okay.
And besides, it would it's not even. I mean, can you really call it a real world championship since he just stole it and walked out with it and won a match last week?
Well,
I mean, it's not like it's a real championship right now.
What's Wikipedia say? List of Impact Wrestling World Champions. Go to Impact right now. What list of world champions does Wikipedia list Moose? Go down to the bottom here. They don't.
From my understanding, this is when they're able to get Tessa back, that this is going to lead to Tessa versus Moose, like a title unification type of deal.
CM Punk, I love John Cena.
Yeah, this feels like Punk returning to Cult of Personality, and he holds the title up higher, and John's like, "Oh,
we can go back to Shawn and Razor.
I'm a weak little man. I'm a weak little man." But back to Roman, this is beyond ridiculous. But it's even beyond ridiculous that people are literally defending Vince, basically. Oh, it's just rumors.
No, it's people that don't like Roman to begin with.
Yeah,
I see the people that are happiest about this and the people that just fucking hate Roman Reigns.
The guy that argued with me is he is a pro WWE guy. So I don't think he's anti-Roman. He's anti-AEW big time. He'll come with remarks like, "Oh, if AEW would have done it, you wouldn't have been mad."
But that means he's not a wrestling fan. He's just a WWE fan.
Yeah. It's kind of ridiculous, but
yeah. I have time for the nonsense.
Let's go to Dynamite. Well, before we go to Dynamite, we haven't had Matt on in a while. Matt, what were your thoughts on BTE 200? With
Fucking crazy.
It was a good match, wasn't it?
I would have preferred if they would have at least kept the reign that they had for the last couple weeks and started in the reign, and then gone all around their house.
It just started all around.
That's a minor complaint. I thought it was a lot of fun, and that's what BT is always all about anyway.
Yeah.
I was just very happy that like a lot of people, myself included, were kind of worried at the end of that episode. I'm like, is this it? Is it? Are we done? Are we not? Like, is BT dead? I was very happy to see that wasn't the case. So hooray for BTE continuing.
Yeah, and last week they kind of mentioned it. I thought we were done, but
yeah,
they were kayfabing that. But
well, I think they were playing off the reaction that a lot of people were guessing online. So
and this week's was no matches this week. I liked the compound match, the BTE compound matches. That was pretty good.
I'm fine with that.
This week was different. I like I always love Broken Matt breaking down wrestling rules. That's been a thing on BTE now for a while, and so he was breaking down the false finish. The funny thing was with the whole thing was there was no false finishes. Brandon just couldn't kick out because he's like 0-12, What the hell's going on with Private Party? What is
apparently they're feuding with a teddy bear. I don't fucking know, man.
And then this dude is the buddy that they're at the house. Is he a wrestler too? And is he the guy?
I think so.
Is he the guy dressed up like the boogeyman?
Yeah, I'm not sure. I'm not sure who that is.
Obviously, after this week, we know there's a teddy bear involved, and he's not nice.
Not at all. He's a real douche.
He's a real douche. But we get Dynamite Live tomorrow, and a lot of old faces we haven't seen in a while are going to be on there. I'll go over the card here later on, but let's talk about this week's Dynamite. Semifinals. I thought this probably should have led off or main evented last week, but Darby Allin, Cody, these guys don't know how to put on a bad match, do they?
I'm fine with them opening it up because I like great matches in the beginning.
Yeah, and fucking Archer and
Goldust. How dare you?
Every once in a while.
How dare you?
Every once in a while, I slip into the VKM names accidentally.
Wow.
I've done that with Spears, and I've done that with Moxley. There we go. Now I did it with Dustin. Dustin and Archer had a hell of a main event, though, so that was pretty good.
Dustin gonna whoop that ass.
Yep.
God, the end of that match. So we'll get into it in a minute, but Jesus Christ, the end of that match was brutal. Cody and Darby go 21 minutes. Unique finish with Darby hitting when he hit that coffin drop. I thought he was actually going to pin Cody, and I'm like, oh, he's gonna win the title. He's gonna beat Archer. Cody's gonna probably screw Archer, but then Cody leaned over and oh shit! It was a real clever finish. I thought.
Very smart.
I wasn't overly thrilled with the finish, but I mean that's just a nitpicking complaint. The match itself was great. I wish the pinfall overall would have looked better, but what can you do?
Some great profiles for Scorpio Sky. I would assume this might tell you that this is going to lead to a singles run, either TNT championship or world title somewhere down the line. This guy's definitely going to be a war. I would be surprised if by the end of the day, within the next year and a half, I would be surprised if he was not a world champion by then. What do you guys think?
I mean, I love the fact that they're figuring out a way to spotlight their talents on television that aren't there.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Oh, hey.
And are pretending to ignore them as if they don't exist.
Yeah, Roman. How'd you like that Roman Reigns vignette from this week? That was pretty. That 3-part documentary that on Roman was real good. Riveting.
Fantastic.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean that stuff. It's smart. It's smart to do that. If you can do video packages and hype up people that aren't there.
Facts.
You're helping them get them more over the next time that they're going to be on your television product.
Yeah.
It shouldn't be rocket scientists here.
Are the mats wet on Impact?
The what?
The mats outside of the ring.
Oh, an Impact. I thought it looked weird on the right of the camera. On the right side of the ring, if you're looking up the ramp to the right, I thought that looked weird. So you're onto something. It looks weird.
Look, I'm gonna come out and say this because I've thought this the past couple of weeks, but I haven't been on to say it. Impact, wherever Impact's taping these shows, it looks better than the Performance Center.
It does.
This almost looks like where they tape normally.
Apparently it's in some television studio in Nashville, Tennessee. For my understanding.
Tennessee is open, I thought.
Tennessee.
But yeah, I mean, I think this venue and their setup looks better than what WWE has. And that should, and honestly, WWE should be fucking embarrassed because they have of all the setups, they look the worst right now.
Well, yeah, but they're also too cheap to go anywhere. I mean, they're doing what they can with the Performance Center. I mean, look how gigantic that WrestleMania sign was.
I think they could make that Performance Center look better if they wanted to.
Think so? What do you not like about it?
I don't know. I just don't like. I don't like the ramp looks cheap. First off. And I think the lighting and the way that this venue's laid out on Impact looks a lot better than what the WWE currently has set up.
You know why the ramp looks cheesy? It's because it's the promo ramp that they use for their students.
Well, they have a video ramp. They're using.
They can do so much better.
They're
scraping by.
Yeah,
essentially,
they're using a sliver of the main video ramp, and so
I will say I'm very happy to see that a lot of the main event talent's going to be on Raw next week.
Yes, Lord.
Because God, it's been sorely missed.
Well, you know why?
Well, I found out KO hasn't been on because he got hurt at Mania.
But you know why all these guys are being brought back?
Well, because the ratings are falling.
Right.
Well, here's an idea. If you weren't using Zelina Vega's stable for 2 out of the 3 hours of Raw, maybe your ratings wouldn't be falling in the fucking toilet.
Yeah, I mean,
they're overexposing who they're using right now.
Yeah, what the fuck is that on the ground? It's like a different mat.
Yeah, like I seen one of the dudes like slip on it.
It's like shiny.
The other guy.
It's like shiny. It's like a shinier mat. That's weird. I've enjoyed the Zelina Vega stable, but yeah, they're really kind of relying on
look,
it.
I like the Zelina Vega stable fine, but I don't like the Zelina Vega stable when I see them 4 to 5 times in a 3-hour show.
Yeah, they're relying on them way too much.
And it's just like, geez, I've seen you guys already. Go the fuck away.
I was
and I'm
so
sure
happy
a
to
lot
see
of other
AJ.
people feel the same way. Dude, I know people are complaining, and like I've seen idiots complaining that AJ was back too soon from the Boneyard. When I heard I heard last week the rumors that he might be there, and when I heard his music, I fucking popped. Like I popped out loud because I was just so happy to see one of my favorites back on television.
I watched
because I'm sorry, I don't need to see fucking Vink and Shane Thorne beating Ricochet and Cedric Alexander for fuck's sake. God! And you wonder why your ratings are shit right now.
I mean, I don't mind
What were Raw ratings last night? I've been so busy.
I got exact numbers, but I know off top of my head it's high 1/8s.
Yeah.
I saw Jeremy.
I did think Raw last night was the best Raw they've given us in the last couple of weeks.
It was a good Raw, yeah.
Yeah.
Is it Jeremy Lambert from Fightful?
Yeah, Lambert's from Fightful.
Yeah, Jeremy Lambert tweeted 1.88 or something like that. I've got it in the headlines, so we'll get there. MJF wearing a neck brace because he cut himself shaving.
That was hilarious.
MJF's great, man. Wardlow killed a jobber. What do you guys been thinking of the Bubbly Bunch?
Amazing. Gold.
That Manitoba melee was so well done. Like, just
and the cameos.
Yes.
Oh God.
Yes.
Virgil.
So many fucking cameos.
Yes.
Virgil, Lou Ferrigno, Ted Irvine, Jay and Silent Bob, Vicky Guerrero. Yeah, that was well done. Who else was? Oh, Brad Williams, the little guy. He's a great comedian. Fluffy was on there. That probably means Fluffy probably won't be on. Well, actually, no. Fox don't give a shit. Fox will have him back on WWE Backstage.
WWE is so fucking petty.
Because what was that I heard? DDP is not allowed in the Performance Center anymore because he's been on AEW TV.
Seriously?
Yep. I heard that yesterday.
Oh my God. Grow the fuck up, Vince.
Wow.
Yeah.
They seriously the pettiest motherfuckers on the planet.
Yeah.
And like seriously, if we look back on these last couple months, 3 or 4 years from now, and Roman Reigns, or whatever name he's gonna go by, is in AEW with Moxley, like we can absolutely pinpoint the moment of why it happened.
Yeah.
And for all we know, he'll take the Usos with him.
Can
you imagine we get the Usos and the Young Bucks finally?
I worry that it's a pipe dream. I think Roman is a company man, but I mean,
you probably was a company man until this.
Does he give two shits though, like the fans do? Like, does he really give two shits?
Nope.
He's gonna still get paid.
If I were him, I would be sitting home right now going, all my blood, sweat, and tears, everything I've done for this company. This is how you fucking repay me.
Maybe that is what he's saying, because I guarantee you not millions, but a lot of people on Twitter probably added him and go, I didn't realize you weren't in that triple threat match.
Yeah, dude, I was in San Francisco for that triple threat match. I was there live to see it. So, I mean, it was very obvious to me that Roman Reigns was edited out.
Well, yeah, he's the one that took the pin. So
yeah, he's curb stomped Roman on the top of the head when he was pinning Brock, and then he pinned Roman.
Yep.
I couldn't believe
the pettiest.
Wow. No countouts, no DQs. Best Friends took on Jimmy Havoc and Kip Sabian. Good little match there. Some good spots.
Best Friends.
How about this? How about the Britt Baker doctor's office segments lately? those have been so good. And Rebel from TNA.
Well, she's their makeup designer. Like that. Yep. That's her.
Is she
role? And yeah, no, she's legitimately an AEW employee. She does the makeup backstage.
Yep. So this was her AEW television debut. I loved how Britt kept calling her Reba. These office segments are. Britt's really getting that heel thing down pretty good. It was a little bland to start, but
I mean, she has the best teacher in her own house.
Yeah.
You know he's helping.
Mm-hmm.
There ain't nothing wrong with that. I think it's great.
Exactly. She acts just like the female version of him, to be honest with you.
I mean, how long before They try to put the era on Raw and just completely job them out, and then they all go to AEW.
Oh boy.
Oh, we discussed this on the show, Matt. Who amongst the releases do you think is going elsewhere? Impact or AEW or Ring of Honor? What are you thinking on all those out of everybody that's been released?
Matt's favorite.
Well, like you're asking me who has a guaranteed future at a national company?
Well, who do you think's going where?
All right, run down the list for me, and I'll tell you where I think they'll end up.
Yeah, let me get that for you. I'm gonna try to pull this up, but while
because
I do
there was a long list of people, and I don't want to leave anybody out.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'll definitely run down.
Wrestling Inc. has a nice list here, and I think it's the one I used on the podcast 2 weeks ago. So I got that up right now. Let's just right off the bat, the biggest name clearly on this list, Rusev.
Yeah, I think AEW would be absolutely insane. Not to bring Rusev to AEW. To me, that should be an absolute no-brainer.
How gold would it be with Rusev being on BTE?
Oh, dude, I love it. It would be amazing.
Do you think they'll shit on Lana because he's there?
Well, they're already phasing her out of the Bobby Lashley thing.
True.
Yeah, but she was. Hey, look, it's on her. She was the one that was dumb enough to sign a new deal before her husband did.
Yeah, that was.
How long is that deal?
They should have. I hear everything signing lately is like 5-year deals.
Right.
There's no way if I'm married to somebody and I'm in a wrestling company together, like me and her, like we're signing together. We're like a package deal. Like I'm not before or after you. Like we're gonna do this thing, as a team. So I think she fucked herself.
Yeah, I don't know why she did that. That's a little weird.
Like there's no way I would have signed without something being done with Rusev. But yeah, he has to be AEW, and I'll jump to another guy right now who would be worthless without him. No offense, but how amazing would it be?
I know where you're going
to reunite Rusev and Aiden English.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
In AEW.
That was like the most over thing in the company at one point. Oh, another thing. What the fuck? I can't remember what show. It was an interview of one of the released guys, and they're like, "Yeah, anything that gets over just gets buried,"
Which is insane to think about.
Yeah, that was Carl the Machine Gun Anderson.
Yeah.
He said that to Dolph Ziggler.
Oh, that's right, because Ziggler was wondering why there was no clip of which was, I thought, a great backstage promo with him and Sonya.
It was.
Yeah, and he's wondering, why is this not on, social media? Why is there no clip of this for me to look at? And and Carl came with that. Carl came with that. Yeah. Kurt Angle. Now, I've seen.
I don't see anything for Angle.
I've seen where Angle
be on like an authority role somewhere. Like his wrestling days are done.
Yeah, I think Angle gets brought back.
I think he'd be a great producer.
Yeah.
You know what though? You look at how AEW has brought the legends into fold, whether it be Jake the Snake, Arn Anderson, Tully Blanchard, etc. Billy Gunn. Angle can fit in there somewhere.
He could be the manager for the next wrestling machine.
Exactly. AEW treats the wrestling legends like gold. They respect them, and they make sure that they have some money in their pockets.
I think that's why Chad Gable didn't get released, to be perfectly honest with you. I think they know that if Gable could have gotten picked up by AEW and they'd have brought Kurt Angle in to be his manager,
absolutely,
he would have gotten over like fucking Rover.
Absolutely.
One of Cody's best friends, Zack Ryder.
Woo, woo, woo.
Like, they're already teasing the fact that like he's not going there, which to me almost
that sounds like a Cody type thing.
Yeah, they guarantee that he is.
That's the Jericho book of social media.
That's like his best friend. What do you mean?
And he fucking tweeted like the day he got fired. Freaking Cody was Cody tweeted out the GIF of Ryder winning the Intercontinental title at WrestleMania 32.
Yep.
So like, don't freaking tell me.
Yeah.
Like that he's not gonna.
Cody's going to the Jericho school of social media.
Yep, pretty much.
He loves to fucking troll people.
How about Rowan? Since
honestly, I don't see a. Rowan would be good. You want to know where Rowan could go and prosper probably pretty well? New Japan.
Oh, New Japan, yeah.
They love the big men. Over there in Japan, and I bet you he would do really well over there. I don't want to see him in AEW because I don't want any connection
him and Harper
at all. I think Japan would be the best place for Rowan.
I could legitimately see him going to Impact though. Recognizable guy. I think Impact might pick him up. How about the Good Brothers?
I think they're gonna be one of those people that are working AEW, but are gonna be able to work Japan.
Every place else
like
too.
Moxley and Jericho and
Kenny
and pretty much anybody that freaking wants to.
Yeah.
So.
Sarah Logan, there's a lot of buzz, talk that she might be coming back to the WWE.
Well, if they want to have any chance of keeping the Viking Raiders once their deals are up, they're gonna bring her back.
Yep.
Yeah, there was this was not fan based. This was internally.
No, it's absolutely internal. And look, and here's the thing: don't tell me that the Street Profits and Bianca Belair against the Viking Raiders and Sarah Logan doesn't fucking write itself.
Yep.
Yeah.
Like they could get quite a few months of storylines out of that kind of tag feud.
So a good segue out of Sarah Logan is Drake Maverick with the story they're telling in the Cruiserweight Classic, the tournament for the interim Cruiserweight Championship. He is now 1-1 in competition. So he got the win last week, so he's in contention. Do you think they turned the emotional stuff into a story and bring him back?
I could see it. I'm not sure if they'll do it or not, though.
What do you think, Matt?
I don't know either. I'm not sure.
And then good buddy of Drake Mavericks, who's been very active on social media lately, crafting his persona, EC3.
I want him in AEW, but I'm worried he's going to return. I'm worried he's going to return.
I think he's going back to Impact. Yeah,
and that's what I'm worried. I would much rather have him in. I would much rather have him in AEW, but I think he goes back to Impact.
Yeah, the thing is, I bet he's going to feel like he's going to be lost in the shuffle at AEW with so many stars there. He wants to.
I think he'll be fine. I think he'll be fine when you bring in a TNT title in the fall. He'll be fine. I don't think he'll get lost in the shuffle.
I'm talking about how he probably thinks or feels because look what happened to him.
Yeah, man. Yeah, you're right. Because if he does go back to Impact, then it'll be straight to the top.
Yeah, he'll be a top guy immediately. Kurt Hawkins.
I think he's just going to run his wrestling school.
Yep.
To be perfectly honest, I wouldn't be surprised to see him do like surprise spots with like Ring of Honor or stuff like that. Maybe Impact. But I don't see him. I don't see him in AEW, and I don't see him in New Japan either.
Yeah, right. And Ryder said this week that him and Hawkins aren't going to be tagging again. So. And he would know best. Zach would.
Yeah. They still have that. They still do their podcast together.
Yeah. Now that wasn't really affiliated with WWE because
no, they were actually saying on their show how happy they were that they originally went to WWE with that idea, and WWE is like, we don't want anything to do with it, so they decided to do it on their own. And they're like, we're so glad we chose to do this by ourselves, because if we didn't, we wouldn't have this anymore.
Yeah, because it goes by Matt Cardona, on the show, a.k.a. Zack Ryder, a.k.a. the Michael Jordan of wrestling figure collecting.
a.k.a. the $1 million broski, or the $1,000 broski, or whatever he calls himself. Yeah, I enjoy that show. It's a lot of fun.
Me too. A guy I follow on Twitter who's a big action figure guy. He's got his own YouTube channel. A Pixel Dan is his name, and he's been on Zach and Kurt's show there. What's Kurt's? Brian. So we got to call him Brian and Matt now. Matt Cardona and Brian Myers. About Mike and Maria, Matt. My inclination.
Oh, they're going back to Ring of Honor.
Yeah, that's automatic.
They're reforming the kingdom with Taven.
Yeah, with Taven. Yeah, because Taven and Mike run a wrestling school in Boston together.
Yeah,
they all have been going back and forth since today they got released.
Yeah, that was my immediate inclination is he's going to go back and go to Ring of Honor and bring back the kingdom. Because
I'm here for that.
You get the Kingdom and Villain Enterprises, there's a feud right there. Instant. Mike Bennett.
To me, it's a no-brainer.
Mike Bennett can easily be a world champion in that company by reforming the Kingdom. Heath Slater, I said Impact right away. I think there's value with him.
I think he should get
AEW.
I don't know.
I saw how special this man could be during the free agent storyline.
Oh yeah, that was so
when
good.
He was jumping back and forth between Raw and SmackDown, and he did that. He has it. If they allow him to do it, he can be a star.
Yeah.
And I feel like AEW would be the perfect place for him to go. If AEW doesn't take him, absolutely Impact should. I think he's the diamond in the rough of this entire release. I think a lot of people are overlooking Heath Slater, and I think they're going to regret it.
He's a veteran that's going to have an impact teaching the younger kids as well.
Yeah.
And so I could see AEW. My first inclination was they can't sign everybody, so I figured,
no, they can't, especially in this climate. But yeah, I think he would be a great pickup there.
I know one person they should sign.
How about No Way Jose?
I don't see anyone.
Walmart.
I think he's going to be. I think he's going to be Indies, man.
Uber Eats.
Eric Young. Impact.
He's got why wouldn't to me that's a no-brainer.
That's a no-brainer.
That Impact would be bringing him back.
Yeah. Leo Rush made some headlines saying he may be done with pro wrestling. I think that might be a smokescreen.
I don't know, because he did an interview with Chris Van Vliet before he got released, where he mentioned that he thought he only had maybe a couple years left in the business.
Which is weird, because he's, 23?
So
24?
But hey, if you get out while you're young, I guess.
Might as well.
But yeah, I don't know. He might not be fibbing. If he's not, and to me, AEW would be a perfect place for him. But if his heart isn't in it,
then it's not worth it.
He shouldn't go. He should, and that's the way I look at it. So if your heart isn't in it, don't make that venture.
Leo Rush,
you'll end up regretting it.
He'll be 26 in November.
He's a baby.
That could be a lot of Vince sucking the joy out of it too.
Yeah, that's true.
Primo and Epico, probably AAA, somewhere, CMLL, stuff like that, don't you think?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I think they're just going to stay in.
Or isn't that
with
Don't the Clones have a?
Yeah, the Colones have that fed down in Puerto Rico. I think they're just gonna stay there and be happy. Like I don't. For them, they probably don't see any reason to do anything else.
Right.
Deonna Purrazzo.
Ring of
See, this
Honor.
is an interesting one. No.
You don't think so?
No, because her and Marty broke up.
Yeah.
Oh, AEW.
But the same token, if AEW want to keep that good relationship with Marty, do they bring her in? How was the breakup? Was it ugly? Was it mutual? We don't know.
True.
But the fact that in all of her interviews that they're asking about like where's she gonna end up, she's mentioned AEW and she's mentioned Impact several times. Not once has she mentioned Ring of Honor. And with her ex-boyfriend running creative over there, and the fact that she's not mentioning Ring of Honor says to me that breakup might not have been very good. And that might mean the door for her in AEW might also be closed. So I think Deonna might end up in Impact.
Yeah.
Which only helps further strengthen their division.
Facts.
So the rest of the wrestlers,
I'm telling you, Impact's women's division is legit. They might have the best top to bottom women's division in pro wrestling right now.
Kiera Hogan.
The rest of the wrestlers were basically Performance Center. Not many big names out of that at all.
Cain Velasquez, buddy.
Well, yeah, I guess this is another. He was after this, and so he's not on this list on the article.
Apparently, he was released at the same time as everybody else was, and WWE wanted to keep it quiet.
I'll tell you this though. I don't know if I'm on an island, but I honestly was not excited for Cain Velasquez.
No, you're not on an island. I'm with you.
Yeah,
he wasn't excitable.
The only reason WWE signed him in the first place was because he worked that AAA show in Mexico with Cody Rhodes. And they heard that there was interest from Cody for doing something with Cain and AEW. That's the only reason they signed him.
Now, it may be just being green, but he just did not exude charisma at all.
Well, he also had a knee injury going in.
Yeah.
That he had to get surgery on after he did the thing with Brock. Like they
I'm not even
signed the man hurt.
Yeah. I mean, I'm not even talking about wrestling because he had all of 2.5 minutes on TV. But,
right.
There's that Chris Bay guy that poor Cody talked about. Speaking of Impact, I'm hearing decent things about Douche Matthews' wife on commentary. I have not listened to it.
They're actually pretty funny. I've watched the last 2 weeks since I haven't been with you guys to record. They're actually pretty funny together on commentary. She gives him a ton of shit.
I bet.
Mm-hmm.
I would too.
They don't acknowledge that they're married. So it's pretty entertaining stuff.
And then you got a lot of producers who probably will be brought back once things get better. Most of them, maybe not all of them, but most of them. But I just wanted to bring one more guy up on this. Mike Chioda, man. Guy's been with the company 31 years.
Yeah, crazy. Dude.
Yeah, that's messed up.
And Matt, do you want to say, since you've been off the last few weeks, do you want anything you want to say about the late great Howard Finkel?
I'd rather not.
We both did an impression of him.
Yeah, we did.
So I think you have to do one too.
Look, if I have to do an impression, I need to drink some water here real quick.
I knew.
Yeah, give me like you guys. If you guys really want me to do this, you're gonna have to filibuster.
I should have took a drink
for a minute. Let me have a drink here.
I struggled last week or 2 weeks ago too. And new WWE champion.
Yeah, I love. Is that Carl Anderson or is that Luke Gallows that does his impression very well?
Gallows.
Yeah.
I was looking up Gallows' some stuff on Gallows. Well, I did not remember his TNA. I forgot his TNA run, so I was looking up his TNA run. I was like, oh yeah, aces and eights, okay.
Yeah.
But I was looking at his career and I was like, oh my god, just looking at him as Festus, and it's like
he's had a pretty good career, dude.
Thank God CM Punk saved his career.
Yes.
with straight edge.
Here is your winner and new WWE Universal Champion, Brock Lesnar.
That was pretty good.
That was good.
That was good. That was better than both of ours.
I used to do a lot of think back in the day, so I just had to get some liquid in my throat first.
First ever WWE employee.
Yeah, he was the man. It was not a good thing to wake up to.
I didn't know he was doing that bad though.
He was in bad health for a while, unfortunately.
That's why he retired in 2016.
That's why Vince needs to get insurance and pensions for these guys.
Back to Dynamite. We haven't finished Dynamite yet. Taking a detour tonight.
Ain't nothing wrong with that.
We took a detour. Shawn Spears took on Baron Black. The best part of this match was Chris Jericho talking about Baron Black being a death metal band. Jericho and Shivani.
I love Jericho and Shivani.
We may not see it again for a long time, but I think JR's back this week. Am I right?
I know they're live this week, but I don't know. I don't know if all the commentators are back. They probably are, but I don't know that for 100% fact. Here's my only worry about all this. Jericho and Shivani were so fucking good together.
Mm-hmm.
I'm worried that when they get the basic commentary team back,
it's not
some
as
people
good.
Some people are gonna be longing for the days of Jericho and Shivani.
Yeah.
So,
speaking of commentary, you know who's been very, very good on WWE commentary, and I enjoy it every Monday?
Samoa Joe.
Yes.
He's amazing.
Yes,
I said
love
last
Joe.
time he was on commentary. When I saw that they put him in the booth 2 weeks ago, I was like, thank God.
Yeah.
I was just looking for any positives out of that product at the time.
He did such a good job with the first run as a commentator when he was hurt.
Yeah, he has an absolute future if he wants it. With a career. In professional wrestling as a commentator.
Who does he remind you of on commentary?
Taz.
Yep.
And I don't take this the wrong way, and I know Taz would, and I don't mean this the wrong way. He's a well-spoken Taz.
Yeah. I understand what you're saying.
I think he's more eloquent with his words and the way that he speaks. And like I said, I'm not trying to insult Taz.
No, because Taz has that strong Brooklyn accent.
Yeah, Taz just from Brooklyn.
Yeah. I mean, that's not an insult at all.
Yeah.
Brody Lee killed Marco Stunt.
He didn't kill him. He annihilated him.
And then we had the great main event between Lance Archer and Dustin Rhodes. Went about 22 minutes there to close off Dynamite. So, as Matt predicted, I was hoping they weren't going to be this predictable, but Lance Archer.
Dude, I called it from the beginning. Unfortunately, I didn't want to call it from the beginning, but I called it.
Yeah, I didn't. I just did not. It was too easy. I was hoping they'd go a different route on that. NXT Cruiserweight Championship Tournament. Isaiah Swerve Scott took on El Hijo de El Fantasma. Swerve getting the win there, so now they both go to 1-1. Looks like we're going to get a feud with Dijakovic and Gargano. What are you guys' thoughts on what they've been doing with Gargano and Candice LeRae lately?
It's okay.
I was a lot more excited about it when I thought that it was a feud that was leading to Gargano and LeRae against Cross and Scarlett. And then they completely went in a different direction, and now I'm not as excited about it.
So you thought Cross and Scarlett were going to be babyface?
Well, no. Well, Cross and Scarlett were stalking them in the parking lot when they left after the brawl with Gargano. They were the two sitting in the car watching them leave.
Yeah.
So I was just like, oh, so these guys are going to be going after Gargano and LeRae. That's going to be pretty cool. And then they jumped champ instead. I'm like, well, okay, then.
That threw me off a lot.
I guess we're doing this.
Well, his in-ring debut crosses. or I don't know if it's in-ring debut, but television debut on.
Yeah, they didn't specify.
The Ray took on Casey Catanzaro. Matt Riddle and Timothy Thatcher played the Newly Bro show. That
I
was.
still don't know how I feel about it.
I don't think it was good.
Like, look, you either loved it or hated it, and for some reason, I'm somewhere in between. Like, I legitimately don't know how I felt about it.
Not at all.
I like how they paired Thatcher with him, because Thatcher's really good and completely different from Riddle. Charlotte Flair, Mia Yim had a pretty good match. Bartel and Eichner attacked Riddle and Art.
Here's a hot take for you. I don't think it was as good as Charlotte and Liv from Monday.
Oh no,
no, not at all.
Charlotte and Liv was better.
I think Liv is continuing to open up the eyes of her doubters right now.
I love Liv.
And people need to recognize
Charlotte
talented she is.
Charlotte praised her on Twitter today or last night, one of the two. We got Dollar Store Matt Taven here, giving people paper cuts with his ace of spades or whatever the fuck he's got. So is he also stealing Shayna Baszler's gimmick? Queen of Spades. Dexter Lumis took on Shane Thorne. Continue to like Lumis. I know Matt's not excited, but Darryl, you are though. Dexter Lumis is an interesting cat. I don't know what they're going to do with him. It was weird because they had him surprise tag with Velveteen. That was like random as hell. So I don't know what they're going to do with him, but is he starting to win you over at all, Matt?
I just don't care about him either way. I didn't care about him in Impact when he was doing this gimmick. So I don't care about him now either. Like Impact, WWE, it doesn't matter. Like the gimmick to me, it doesn't connect. It doesn't connect. I don't care for the gimmick. I don't really know how else to say it.
Tony Nese took on Drake Maverick, and that Maverick got the win there to go to 1-1. Tony Nese goes to 0-2, and then the main event, a hell of a match, some crazy moves between Keith Lee and Damian Priest. Keith Lee retains the title. Who do you think takes that off of Keith Lee now at this point?
I don't know.
SmackDown live from the Performance Center. Daniel Bryan cutting a promo about Money in the Bank as he's in it. Interrupted by King Corbin, which led to a match between those two. With Daniel Bryan getting the win there. After the match, Cesaro and Nakamura joined in and beat up Daniel Bryan. I thought somebody was going to make the save there, but nope. And, of course, they took Gulak out the week before, so.
Gulak.
Strowman was getting ready to cut a promo. Bray Wyatt interrupts him. All leading to their title match on Sunday. Sheamus took out a jobber.
I couldn't be less looking forward to.
Sheamus took out a jobber, Leon Ruff. I like that.
Dude, that guy's been jobbing across all WWE programming lately.
I like that.
Good for that dude. Good for that dude.
Graves with a great line. Ruff, that's about a precursor to what's going to happen. Part 4 of Jeff Hardy's documentary there a little bit. The comeback, and, of course,
a little bit of the bubbly.
Teasing Sheamus and Jeff Hardy feuding.
Yeah, I mean, I guess they could hotshot that right into the pay-per-view on Sunday if they wanted to.
Yeah, there's only 6 announced matches.
Oh my God!
And 2 of the 6 are happening at the same time. What are your thoughts on that one, Matt?
Hate it.
I guess we haven't.
I can't even begin to tell you how much I fucking hate it.
The goddamn Corona.
We haven't talked about it since it was announced, but yeah, what the hell?
Hate it so much.
How much of a clusterfuck is that going to be?
No, sir, I don't like it.
Yeah, it might be a lot of alcohol involved on Sunday to get me through it.
What if a woman grabs the man's briefcase?
Wait a minute.
Wait a minute. You want to grab your briefcase? Yo, is this John Cena doing an Experian commercial?
Yes, he does every commercial thinkable nowadays, sir.
Oh my god.
Oh, I have
John Cena's on more commercials than WWE programming.
I see. I'm here for it.
I've got a Silence of the Lambs commercial right now, and I don't think John Cena's in that. So
don't be so sure.
Burr,
burr, burr, burr. Burr, 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 burr.
Carmella and Mandy Rose qualifying match for Money in the Bank. Carmella gets in thanks to Sonya Deville's distractions.
Yuck.
And
I hate the women's lineup for Money in the Bank, by the way. I fucking hate it.
Tell me what you really hate about it, Matt?
I hate who they put in it. Like, why isn't Mandy in it? Why isn't Liv in it? You know, why isn't Kairi Sane in it? Like,
true.
There's so many better picks that they could have put in there to make this but instead we get fucking Carmella and Nia Jax, who's going to be out of breath by the time she gets to the top of the fucking
Relax.
towers. Look, you tell me I'm wrong.
She's not like most girls, buddy.
Yeah, she's fatter than most girls.
Wow.
I'm just putting it fucking out there. Like, dude.
Wow.
Fucking saying it like it is, man.
Here come the wave of women attacking LITMC.
Welcome back, Matt.
Let's talk about something Matt cares about.
Look, if she didn't suck in the ring, I wouldn't have to trash her for everything she does. But you're going to put a woman in the match. Like, look, wait. Regardless, you're putting a woman in a match who literally injures everybody she comes in contact with. She's sloppy as fuck in the ring, and she doesn't give a damn about who she hurts because she's The Rock's cousin, and she feels like she can fucking get away with it. And I just think it's shit. You know, so yeah, you know what? Maybe I attack her for her weight, but I just attack her because I think she's a fucking shitty ass human being.
Wow.
Well, let's transition into something Matt cares about. The Forgotten Sons.
Oh my god! Y'all trying to fucking set me off tonight. I hear the only reason they're up right now is because of the Uso injury.
Well, they're getting pushed pretty good here.
That's why they got brought up.
They're getting
forgot about them already.
They're getting pushed on the main roster better than they ever were on NXT.
Which makes it all the more miserable for me.
I'm sure. I figured they got called up because Vince has a boner for Jackson Riker.
No, I legit heard they got called up because
they're the only ones that live down there
because of the Uso injury. They
Yeah.
needed a tag team in the spot. And
Uso out for 6 to 9 months.
And Vince saw them in catering and was just like, "There you go. There's a tag team."
They beat the New Day. Hey, ho ho.
Ho ho.
That's missing Morrison.
I know. They were on commentary. We got the Tamina interviewed by Kayla Braxton, and then the great promo with Dolph Ziggler and Sonya Deville, leading up to Otis and Dolph Ziggler qualifier for Money in the Bank. Love how this was the main event of SmackDown. Otis and Dolph Ziggler. Otis getting the win. Otis is going to, hey Tucky, climb the ladder.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
Your Otis is too good.
Hey Tucky. Oh yeah. Monday Night Raw, which was really good. They were live from the Performance Center. VIP lounge hosted by, once again, your MVP of the no crowd era. Asuka was tremendous in this VIP lounge.
Yes, it was.
She's the best.
Man, Asuka. So good. And for the second week in a row, we've got futons in the VIP lounge.
I'm with it.
You know, I guess if you need to get a little freaky deaky, you could just drop the futon and
just drop the backside.
I just want to say Nia Jax broke the table she was sitting on. Tell me it didn't happen.
We're gonna have all these women's groups coming after us.
Look, when Shayna and Asuka super kicked her off the table, she broke it. Go back and watch the footage. You think I'm lying? I swear to God on my life.
I'm
not acknowledging any of this.
I'm just saying. I'm just counting the women's groups coming after us now after this edition of Lost in the Midcard.
Whatever. Fuck you both. Fuck you both. Y'all just gonna leave me out to dry.
Hey,
fucking assholes.
You're hanging yourself out to dry, buddy. We're just sitting here going.
Hey, listen. If it means anything to you, Matt, I'll just say this: fuck Joe Koff and everything he stands for.
There you go. Gauntlet match for the gauntlet match for the vacant spot in the Money in the Bank, which was left open thanks to the kayfabe injury of. If this does not lead to Apollo beating Andrade for the U.S. title, what the fuck are they doing? Because that was stupid. Whatever they, pulling him out of the match. But I mean, we got AJ.
I was so confused about that shit.
We get AJ in there. Well, a lot of people are like, "Oh, this is real." No, it's kayfabe.
Yes, because they taped Money in the Bank like 3 weeks ago.
Facts.
So yes, please don't tell me Apollo's injury was real because they never had it. They never intended for him to be in the match to begin with.
Facts.
Titus O'Neil got a 1-minute match with Bobby Lashley. I am baffled how they still keep jobbing Akira Tozawa, yet they have him in the Cruiserweight title tournament.
As soon as Titus O'Neil came out, it was like another black-on-black crime.
Though this only got a couple minutes, there was some flashes of brilliance between Shelton Benjamin and Bobby Lashley.
Oh, yeah, I was here for that.
I'd like a longer match with those guys. So Lashley got through those guys. Carrillo then snuck out a win on Lashley. Then it was Carrillo against Angel Garza for a little bit, and then then Austin Theory, who got eliminated by Humberto, and then the surprise of the night, AJ Styles coming out, and he makes Carrillo tap out to the calf crusher. So AJ Styles is in Money in the Bank, and man, we missed him, even though it had only been a month or so, but
yes,
we missed him.
He was sorely missed.
I loved the promo he cut afterwards, saying he's not a zombie. I like that. Good stuff from AJ, cutting a promo after that. Seth Rollins interview. I love what they've been doing with Seth Rollins. I love this.
You mean Marty Scurll?
I love this.
He reminds me more of CM Punk.
But look at his facial hair. In his hairstyle right now.
Only thing he has Marty doesn't even have that hair. Marty cut all of his hair off.
Yes, but before Marty cut all of his hair off,
he gave it to Seth
in quarantine. Like it is a picture perfect freaking.
Yeah, it's a man bun. I got a man bun in right now too.
No, dude, no, you're. It's not just a man bun, dude. It's not just a like. But
look at Punk.
I'm going to tweet. I'm going to DM you all the photo.
God damn it!
Right now.
God damn it!
Don't goddamn me, sir.
God damn it!
Regardless, I'm digging the Messiah person.
I like the one glove on. I'm here for that.
Seth is doing a hell of a job with the gimmick. I love it.
Look at that photo, and you can't look at that photo and tell me that Rollins' look right now is not completely based off of Marty Scurll.
I'm not quite seeing it.
Are you kidding me?
Nah, I don't see it.
That's
he reminds me so much. Like I can say, if anything,
I need to find a recent Seth Rollins picture.
Like if anything, he reminds me of a mixture of both. But Him and Punk, Straight Edge Society.
I'm not kayfabing it. I'm just not seeing it.
Yeah, I don't think it's Marty though, because Punk had a heavy beard like that too in the Straight Edge Society.
Brandon Vink and Shane Thorne defeated Ricochet and Cedric Alexander because all of a sudden, you put MVP with them guys and
pretty much he just makes them better.
Yeah,
like he wasn't even at ringside.
I know.
Makes no damn sense. I was hoping MVP was going to turn on them and go with Cedric and Ricochet.
Oh man, him managing those two guys would be awesome.
Yes. And look at that. Look at that picture. Look at the face. Look at the facial hair. And look at the hair. It tell me that it's not blatant. It's so blatant.
I'm not.
Oh, come on. Y'all just trying to bury me because I've been off the show for 2 weeks.
No.
No. You know I'll bury you if I have to.
We bury you in the bracket challenge, but no.
Pretty much.
Not burying you here. I'm just not seeing it.
I don't see it either.
That's a straight.
I mean, I get what you're saying, but it's not that.
Not seeing it.
Not for me yet.
You guys are crazy.
Oh, so that's the end. Crazy. That's the end of Impact.
I love you both, but you're fucking crazy.
You're crazy.
I'm crazy. I got documentation.
So I was an X Division title match. That. X Division title match to end Impact with Willie Mack holding on to it.
Chocolate Thunder.
No dollar store Matt Taven winning.
A dollar store. You keep calling him dollar store Matt Taven. I'm gonna call him liquor store Matt Taven.
I'm pretty sure you're the one that gave him the original dollar store Matt Taven
moniker. No, it wasn't me.
I'm pretty sure it was.
I doubt it. Go back to the episodes. It wasn't me.
Well, there's only a few hours of those, right?
Yeah.
Street Profits, Viking Raiders, hell of a match. Non-title, so this is probably happening on Sunday as well.
So I got to give you guys a funny story. My son says, Dad, why did they change their name from the War Raiders to the Viking Raiders? That's stupid.
Yeah.
And this is a 6-year-old.
I love your kids.
I said, son, it comes a time in a man's life when he's a wrestling fan and you will never understand why shit happens. But when you do, you officially have arrived.
So I didn't even realize this. Kimberly debuted for Impact tonight. Former NXT star.
Yeah, she's fighting Jessica Havoc next week.
Dax Harwood and Cash Wheeler.
Is that his new name? Dax Harwood?
And Cash Wheeler on Talk is Jericho.
Hey, I'm sorry. I'm changing my name to Dax Harwood.
I'm throwing it out there right now. Be 24 hours beforehand. I think we see the Revival on AEW tomorrow night.
Yeah, is it a coincidence that they're getting on Talk is Jericho tomorrow?
Well, not only the fact that they're not. I didn't know that until you just said it. But
me neither. I didn't know
the fact that AEW has promoted quote unquote a few surprises for Dynamite this week. I think we see the Revival on Dynamite.
I got to change my name to Dax Harwood.
At least not Hardwood.
I'll be Dix Hardwood.
That would be
wow.
WWE 90s name.
Yeah. Ladies and gentlemen, from this show on, I'll be Dix Hardwood.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
I don't even know what to say to that.
Later on,
can't say anything.
Moving on.
There's a lot I could say to it.
Moving on. Later on, we'll skip a bunch of promos and go straight to great match between Charlotte Flair and Liv Morgan. Then we ended the night with Drew McIntyre and Murphy. I like how they're booking Drew. They're booking him. They're not fucking around with him. They're booking him pretty strong.
Yeah, I'm here for it.
I loved how Murphy did the 3-2-1 countdown into his own demise. That was pretty funny. Moving on to some headlines. Titan Games is returning for season 2 next month on NBC. There'll be a 2-hour episode on May 25th. So just 20 days from now, a little less than 3 weeks. The Rock bringing back the Titan Games. I will have a few people from that show that are going to be on the show there. I'll have listed them here later on in the show. MLW has signed a deal with In Demand for pay-per-view broadcasts, so they're going to get into the pay-per-view world with In Demand there. If you're a fan of the show Billions on Showtime, Becky Lynch appeared in the season premiere, and Matt talked that she might be in the Marvel Universe too.
Crazy. I have no idea what her role could be, but
yeah, you're a bigger Marvel guy than I am, so I figured you might.
Are you a DC guy?
Me, yeah.
You suck. Marvel's the greatest.
Hilarious.
What?
Hilarious.
After the Bell, Corey Graves has received a nomination on the 24th Annual Webby Awards.
For what? Being shit?
The Webby Awards? What is the Webby Awards?
The award is for Best Podcast in Sports category.
Oh, okay. Yeah, you're not winning that.
I mean, they had to break news on that podcast just so they could get people to maybe listen, and that probably didn't help either.
Yeah, I'm not here for it. He'd be lucky to win. What's the Nickelodeon award?
Kids' Choice.
Nickelodeon.
Mm-hmm.
Week number 31. You believe it's been 31 weeks since AEW and NXT have gone head to head?
I can believe it.
AEW won 693 to 637.
Take that, Vince.
Total, yeah. NXT had been winning a couple of times in the past month, so Total Bella's gaining some ground, some audience. Actually, they've had the highest ratings in almost 2 years with that. I guess people want to see pregnant twins. There must be a fetish for that or something.
Ain't shit else on TV.
That too. Friday night.
Why WWE's ratings falling?
Yeah, you would figure in this time where everybody's at home, WWE's numbers would be going up. No, and neither are AEW's though.
Well, I want you to do this for me, JB. I want you to see what ratings or see how many people are watching, or based on the Twitter hashtag, are watching The Last Dance on Sunday as going versus Money in the Bank.
Oh, I still have to watch 5 and 6. I'll probably do that after we record.
Very good.
Well, maybe after I got to figure out the video with 3 of us now. It's going to be moving around some shit, so I might be working on that the majority of the evening.
Once you get it fixed once, it'll be good to go, right?
Yeah, I just save it as save it as a file. And
Michael Jordan, a bunch of idiots on a high rise trying to grab a briefcase. Michael Jordan cussing people out. A couple idiots.
That thing supplanted Tiger King with viewership.
Listen,
Michael
Jordan is the GOAT. I don't care what anybody says.
Plus, you get to hear F-bombs on ESPN.
Absolutely. And you get to see Michael Jordan drink expensive liquor.
I'll drink. Yeah, I think he's drinking some scotch, a little more expensive than what I got.
Mm-hmm.
But.
A little more?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. A little more than $40 for a handle.
Wow.
SmackDown 1.91 million, which is better than Raw, which got 1. Oh, that number by Jeremy Lambert was not right. Raw got 1.68.
Ooh.
I don't know where you got that number from, but that number was not right.
Ouch. That's ouch.
The 3 hours were 1.80, 1.69, 1.56.
Can I just say that AEW almost beat those ratings on their first night on TNT?
Yep.
Like they were 1.4 something. Yikes.
And David Schultz's Dark Side of the Ring brought in 255,000 views.
Those have been very, very good lately.
I have not watched any of them except for Benoit.
Remember what I told you? Like the Benoit one was probably the most saddest one.
Are you guys familiar with the David Schultz story?
No, I didn't. But it was good.
He's the guy that got blackballed for slapping a reporter for calling wrestling fake. And this was in the 80s.
The best one, in my opinion, is the New Jack one.
Yeah, he's done some shit, huh?
I respect it. Sometimes you gotta cut a motherfucker.
The Benoit one is leading the way with 320,000 views. And the David Schultz one is actually their second highest.
Actually, let me see which one is actually on tonight.
CM Punk commented on David Schultz on Dark Side, saying, wrestlers and fans who spend the energy to applaud Schultz for slapping Stossel, stop and think, spend half of that wishing there was a way to stick together and stand up for Schultz being blackballed. Until then, you're all missing the point.
These are absolute facts. He's not wrong about that at all.
It's not rare that Punk is wrong.
Actually, tonight's episode is called Cocaine and Cowboy Boots, the Abrams story. One man's fanatical attempts to build a wrestling empire to rival Vince McMahon's goes tragically haywire as his ego and cocaine addiction kills. Hold on, waiting for the rest of it to pop up.
UWF, that's where like Sting and Warrior got their starts, I think.
Mm-hmm. Exactly. The Blade Runners. I do. One thing I will say with that, with the Dark Side of Wrestling, I do appreciate I can't appreciate Chris Jericho narrating every episode.
Oh yeah.
Jericho. Well, watch out! WWE Roman Reigns is on Fox Sports 1.
Oh, better edit him out.
Oh no!
Why is Triple H wrestling an Invisible Man?
Yeah,
he's wrestling a guy named Joe.
I had an open for last week because they were doing the top 20 or the Triple H 25 year thing, and I was like, my open for last week was something like, welcome to the podcast where we celebrate the top 10 burials in the 25 years of Triple H.
Don't you talk about Hunter like that, damn it.
John Cena being a good guy, part 1. He took place in took place in a virtual graduation ceremony. Was a keynote speaker, and so that's part 1. Part 2, you probably heard a lot more about. We'll get to it in a little bit. Florida Governor Ron DeSantis, in a press briefing on April 29th, said he is optimistic that positive trends continue. Fans can return to sporting events like wrestling, UFC, possibly in June or July with limited arena capacity. Of course, this affects AEW as well. But if you take a look at all the idiots at the beach, I doubt Florida is going to trend upwards.
Yeah, I think they're going to, like, people. States like Florida are the reason why we're gonna suffer a second wave of this.
Yeah, well,
it just fucking sucks that people just can't. Look, we all want to be out living our lives right now. Like, and I don't want to stand on a soapbox or anything, but
stand on it.
You know, if we just fucking stay home and get this shit taken care of, you know, we can get back to life. We can get back to normal life quicker.
Oh, but it's infringing on my rights.
Trying to open everything up now, experiencing a second wave, and then having to do this longer.
America.
Oh, I'm so tired of those people.
Oh my God, there's a lot of fucking idiots out there that.
There's a lot of fucking idiots out there.
I think they know science better than doctors.
I'll put it to you like this. About the people that are out there doing dumb shit at the beaches, they deserve to catch it. Fuck it. I don't wish harm on nobody, but that is what it is at this point.
All the fucking idiots protesting too.
Exactly. Protest your ass to the damn Q-tip they stick up your fucking nose.
Yeah, to me, it doesn't make any sense. Like, look, nobody's enjoying this.
Mm-mm.
But you know, it's for the long term good and health of everybody.
Yeah, I mean,
just stop being so fucking selfish and thinking of yourself, and just think of the bigger picture. And like, we're gonna get through this if we just develop some damn patience in order to do so. But yeah, it's frustrating.
Trust me,
the world is a very frustrating place right now.
All three of us would love to watch, or I'll say this: Matt and myself would probably have enjoyed going to Money in the Bank this weekend in Baltimore in our backyard.
Yeah, I probably would have gone because due to the fact to be in the pay-per-view what it was.
Right.
Yeah.
JB, I'm pretty sure you would have loved going to karaoke, you know what I mean? Or going to see Fozzy or whatever. But I mean,
I should have saw Fozzy live last
right.
week.
It is what it is at this point. Like, nobody's a scientist, nobody's a genius, nobody's,
a lot of people think they are.
Yeah, a lot of people think they are.
Well, I'll say this: you can't fucking fix stupid.
True that.
Yeah, and making it political is even worse.
Exactly. Common sense ain't common nowadays.
Like, I've never understood there's a war on science now. It fucking baffles me.
War on these nuts.
Yeah.
I hope you catch the damn coronavirus. And yeah, I said it.
Oh, there are people that were leading the protestings are catching it now, and it's like, yeah, you know who Times Person? I said this on Facebook last week. You know who Times Person of the Year this year is gonna be? It's gonna be Karma.
There it is.
But yeah, there's just the level of idiocracy coming, especially from Trump supporters. If you want to, I'll go there.
I mean, I preferred her as Awesome Calm, but I mean,
you stupid. Wow.
Sorry, motherfucker. I was trying to bring it back to wrestling.
I'll bring it back to wrestling with another
Awesome
release.
Calm is amazing.
Kurt Axel got released on April 30th. Man, I didn't really realize the man's 40 years old. He's a man. He's 40.
I am a man.
I think he's done. I don't know about you guys, but I think he's done.
Remember when he beat Triple H in the main event of Raw?
Yeah.
But wasn't it by like DQ or something?
Yeah, it wasn't clean.
Yeah. So who cares?
It never is with Triple H.
I know. Look at WrestleMania. He lost clean a lot at Mania.
He's about
to lose clean on my TV right now.
Michael's pointed that out on the 25th anniversary.
Yeah, he did.
I will say the Vince thing on that with Sean and Trips was funny. Vince roasting Triple H. I thought that was funny. He's a piece of shit, but I thought that part was funny.
I don't like no hair Triple H. I don't like bald-headed Shawn Michaels, and I don't like bald-headed Triple H.
Best of SmackDown of the decade added to the WWE Network, going from 2010 with Rey Mysterio and Batista in a steel cage match to Bayley and Charlotte Flair for the title on October of 2019. So
you were supposed to be my friend.
Which Mania is this? This is
32. This is Dallas.
Dallas? Okay.
My last Mania because it sucks so bad.
I'm going next year if the world's open.
My first and only Mania. Kevin Dunn has sold 33,000 shares of his stock at $45.46 a pop. Too bad he didn't sell it when it was at 100. You dumbass.
Yeah, it went down tremendously.
Yeah, it was at 100, over 100. It was like wasn't it about 110 at one point?
Yeah, like about a month and a half ago it was.
No, it wasn't that. It wasn't that close. But yeah,
it was longer ago. Yeah, but
I think it was in the last 6 months. It was right around the $100 mark.
When they signed that deal with it was about when they signed that deal with Fox, wasn't it?
That was what last year?
Well, that's when it started, but they signed the deal a year before that. I don't know.
Fucking know. The stock plummeted after a conference call. Then with Wall Street, and I can't remember when that was.
Kofi Kingston was on Jeopardy. The question was the first W in WWE where Kofi Kingston and No Way Jose wrestle with issues. Oh, sorry, one of those guys isn't doing that anymore.
Wow.
Of course, that was recorded before he got released, but that's funny how No Way Jose was in the question.
Yeah, that's really weird.
What is Jim Ross was on Talk is Jericho, talked about the Dr. Heine skit.
Oh, God.
So terrible. Hey, let's talk about Joe Koff. I'm just kidding.
Fuck him.
Joe Koff talked about...
Dude, I listened to his interview with Mike Johnson on PW Insider, and oh my God, the ego on that man to think... Oh, dude, I can't even describe it. I just found myself rolling my eyes throughout the entire interview.
What was he saying?
Just really stupid shit about how great Delirious is and running Ring of Honor and all this time, and just how they still have the best professional wrestling on the planet. And I'm just like, oh my God, dude, just stop talking.
I think on my recording I'm pointing in the right direction. I'm pointing to Darryl.
Are you?
Yeah. He's double birding it.
He looks so happy.
He's double birding the camera right now. This is where
if he'd actually speak, we'd see him better.
Oh, you have it on what? You don't have it on the triple view?
Yeah, but it's a smaller photo.
Oh, I have it on the even three-way view, which...
Oh, there is? How do I do that?
Top right corner. I think you change it out of speaker view.
Have you seen those words like race car that spelled the same way backwards and forwards?
Racetrack?
No, race car. Oh, yeah. I remember that guy.
That was a great wrestler, Racetrack.
Oh, there we go.
Darryl
that works better. There he
Darryl's
is, Mr. Middle Finger.
I think I'm pointing the... It's weird because I'm pointing to the right, but yet on my screen it's mirrored. But Kevin Owens has been away from WWE since
if folks don't know what that means. Yeah, if folks don't know what that means, I'll let both of you say what that means for me. I'll let you both speak for me on that subject.
Yeah. Kevin Owens is dealing with an ankle injury, so that's why he's been out of action. He's in Quebec getting x-rays to determine the severity of the injury. John Cena, good guy.
Well, he's in Quebec. That might be another reason he can't be on TV. They can't get over here.
They can't get over there. Nah.
Yeah.
They closed the border.
Like, I don't know why he's up in Quebec. He lives in Florida. That's weird.
Might be going to see
better health care.
Yeah, the free health care.
I heard buddy of mine that lives up there, they're getting like $2,000 a month or something.
They sure are.
Yeah.
What a shock. Every country's doing things better than us.
Mm-hmm. Pretty soon I'm going to be like, hey, welcome to Boston Midcard, eh?
Yeah, sir. Yeah. We almost needed a pandemic just to see how broken this country is. Not the good broken. Yeah. No.
I'd like to think it opened some people's eyes, but then again.
Feast your eyes.
We'll find out in November. Mm-hmm. John Cena, Good Guy Part 2, surprised a 7-year-old kid battling a life-threatening tumor with Make-A-Wish. John Cena even doing Make-A-Wishes during this pandemic. I also believe it was like the 650th Make-A-Wish that he's done. Tomorrow, TNT returning live broadcast of Dynamite. We got a good card as we are working our way towards Double or Nothing on the 23rd. Good card, some guys you hadn't seen in a while as well for tomorrow's show, or today as you're listening to it. AEW champion Jon Moxley taking on Frankie Kazarian. Matt Hardy in his in-ring debut teams with Kenny Omega to take on, I love this tag name, Les Sex Gods of Chris Jericho and Sammy Guevara. We haven't seen Joey Janela in some time. He takes on Cody. MJF returns.
He's from the New York area, right?
Who, Joey?
Yeah.
From Jersey, yeah.
Yeah, like there was nobody from New York or Cali on that month of tapings from Georgia.
No.
And MJF returns. We'll see if he's got a neck brace on or something else.
I'm sure the cut from the shaving will be healed by then.
Yeah.
I don't know, man. It was life threatening, so
Those razors are mighty sharp.
By God.
Undertaker's last ride coming up. Is that airing after Money in the Bank?
I hope.
Episode 1, yeah. Apparently, it's like either a 4 or 5 episode series, and it's going to air weekly every Sunday, starting.
They're trying to compete with the Last Dance.
Yeah, it's like Jordan. Yeah,
the Undertaker's not like Jordan. Not at
well,
all.
no. From my understanding, it's going to be on demand at like 10 a.m. that morning.
Oh, okay. Well, cool. I'm cool with that.
So I like they might air it Sunday night, but I hear it'll be on demand for viewing every Sunday morning at like 10 a.m.
I'm actually happy that they're releasing like more content during the pandemic for us to watch. I can appreciate that.
I haven't seen The Last Dance yet. I know everybody's talking about it.
So good.
I haven't seen it yet.
It's so good.
Well, I was a Bulls fan.
Oh, so was I.
Back then.
I'll say this.
Sunday night, I'm just not thinking about turning to ESPN anymore because there's just not any sports on.
I've been watching it on demand. I've been watching it on demand on
Michael
ESPN
Jordan
Plus.
is the ultimate asshole, and I love it.
Yeah, I've been watching it on ESPN Plus, just on demand. Yeah, Jordan.
I love Michael Jordan.
The Isaiah Thomas stuff, the Scottie Pippen stuff on the final season, where he's like, he's like calling him out for being selfish, for electing to have surgery later, closer to the season. And
you know who my favorite, kind of trying to get off subject, you know who my favorite player on that team was?
Which team? Which
the second trifecta.
Okay.
The Worm.
Yeah.
I love Dennis Rodman.
Ooh, Dennis Rodman.
Jordan kept him in check for the most part.
He could.
I think Jordan was lucky he played in the era that he played in.
Why?
Because I think the social media era would not have been very kind to him.
Oh,
like he would have gave a shit.
But,
well, I'm not saying he would. But I think the perception of him during the era of social media might have been very different.
He would have averaged 60 points in this era as well. Because
there's no defense.
I'm not arguing any of those facts. I love Jordan.
Hand checking.
To me, one of my favorite basketball players ever. I'm just saying, I think that in the era of social media that we live in right now, I think he'd be viewed much differently now than he was back then.
Well, when did the Jordan?
I think he would have handled it very well because the media, like social media, was out when Kobe was playing, and Kobe didn't give a fuck either.
He had not Kobe's prime though.
When did the Jordan rules come out?
Like, really, we didn't really start getting big. Like, look, let's face it, social media didn't blow up until Twitter. Twitter came into the world, and that was in like 2008, 2009.
Do you ever read the book?
We were entering in the Twilight Kobe era.
You ever read the
by
book
the time
Jordan?
Twitter started to become something?
You talking about the Jordan rules?
You ever read the book The Jordan Rules?
I have.
That came out in '92. And that exposed Jordan for being an asshole.
And did he give a fuck? No.
But nobody read.
What?
People still can't read.
Oh, what do you mean nobody read? That thing sold a shitload of copies.
Yeah, but it actually made the bestsellers list.
Yeah.
Okay. Well,
I read it.
I was
when
a 10-year-old kid. I never heard of that book.
Oh,
I read it.
did.
I read it when I was 13 when it came out.
I never heard of it.
Yeah, I read it when it came out. Good book. I suggest you go read it because
I've actually got to meet Michael Jordan before, and he's what you see on TV. He's people think he's arrogant. He's cocky. He's a regular person. Like if you meet me in real life, people think I'm an asshole.
Dude, I'd love.
Do I give a shit? No.
Dude, I would love to hang out with him.
Drink scotch, expensive scotch.
Do some gambling.
Oh yeah.
How great would it?
Did you hear Mark Henry's story about when he met Michael Jordan?
No, what did he say?
He met him at one of the Olympics things when he was doing the weightlifting thing.
Yeah.
He was at the hotel with Barkley and somebody else, and Michael Jordan came on and he's like, "Who the fuck are you?" And Mark Henry's like, well, who the fuck are you? They pretty much got into it. And Michael Jordan ended up apologizing to Mark.
That's
but you look at half the players in that era were complete assholes too. Like Charles Barkley was too. So was Karl Malone.
Yeah. No, you're absolutely right. I think that era would have been viewed a lot. Look, beyond Jordan, let's just say that entire era would have been viewed very differently had social media been around during that time period.
True. I was telling my brother this the other day. I know we kind of off subject, but
I'll tell you what.
Totally off subject. We were off the rail mid-card.
On that same subject, though, those times were different. So I don't know if if there was social media. A lot of people knew that these guys were not.
Well, you got to look at it too. Like a lot of these players, like back then, was more competitive, and you had superstars basically on damn near every fucking team.
Yeah.
Whereas when social media first came out, you probably had your Kobe's, your Shaqs, your LeBrons.
Well, I'm just saying social media gave a bunch of idiots a voice.
Pretty much.
And like let's face it, like these idiots were around in the 90s.
Got 3 idiots right here.
But there was nowhere for those idiots to be projected into the world. Now, thanks to social media and podcasting, idiots can be projected.
That's true.
Got right here.
Very, very easily.
Yeah, but the way people thought was different too. People are so easily butthurt today.
The world is extra sensitive now, man.
They weren't back then.
I wonder how many people were though that were butthurt, but who the fuck was listening to them? They didn't have an outlet.
No, I'm saying there's more butthurt people today than there were.
Yeah, the world is more sensitive now.
Yeah. Like, just look at programming from back then.
Exactly. You went from the Attitude Era where there was no social media to straight TV 14.
I mean, the TV show Friends had gay references and it like
so
you're like
Seinfeld.
Yeah, Seinfeld.
Exactly.
And you're like, whoa, like this is kind of weird, but that was the way it was 20.
Well, that wasn't even bad. Go back to the 70s and watch, Sanford and Son and
All in the Family.
And stuff like that.
George Jefferson was one of the biggest racists I ever seen.
Sanford, you big dummy.
Yeah, I mean, it's just the stuff back then they would never be able to get away with it today.
That's why I think these young kids are fucking soft now.
Let's go back.
You gotta blame society.
Let's go back on the rails so we can maybe get out of here by the time backstage is on.
Word.
Hey, is Punk on this week?
I don't think so.
Damn.
But I wouldn't know because WWE doesn't advertise when he's going to be on anymore.
Wow.
NXT.
CM Punk's going to wrestle Roman Reigns and no one's going to know about it.
Nobody would know. It'd be two invisible people wrestling.
Chris Benoit's the special guest referee.
Wow. There's JB's shot for the day.
I'm not touching that one.
NXT.
We're all going to get heat from this podcast.
Look, I didn't say anything bad today.
Uh-huh.
What did I say? What did I say out of my normal? Fuck Joe Koff. I've said that for the past 4 months.
You said something. You said something.
I'm always saying something insensitive.
Yeah, we're always saying something.
Shit. Sensitive ass world. Fuck y'all.
Yeah, Darryl and I just aren't going to have women's groups coming after us.
No. I'm not trying to get beat up by not like most girls. No.
Hail to the no.
No.
Nia Jax ain't going to beat me up.
I said women's groups are coming after you.
Matt Black.
Darryl just implied that Nia Jax was going to come after me. And look, if Nia Jax wants to try to beat me, if Nia Jax wants to try to beat me up, I will see Nia Jax in court.
I'm just saying,
I will walk away with a nice sum of money out of it. Bring it on, Miss Jax.
You know the difference between me and you? You can run and I can't right now. There's that.
All right. NXT this week. Adam Cole, baby. Velveteen Dream for the title. Charlotte Flair against Io Shirai for the title.
It's like NXT New AEW was going live this week or something.
Yeah. Counter programming.
Pretty much.
Johnny Gargano against Donovan Dijakovic. Karrion Kross and Scarlett arrive. And the NXT Cruiserweight title, interim title tournament continues. Finn Balor also going to be on as well.
Finn Balor.
They stack the card.
My
God. Moving along. We already talked about Leo Rush, so moving along. Hey, we're moving along quick here. I just clearing out stuff.
Clear it.
I don't think anybody's interested in Stephanie McMahon getting a new digital series.
Not at all.
Hey, here we go. Competing in the Titan Games, somebody from AEW.
Dasha
Gonzalez, or
Really?
Dasha Fuentes, or Dasha Corrette. Dasha is competing in the Titan Games. Of course,
I think that'll be cool.
In the first season, Robbie Stone, a.k.a. Robbie E., was a contestant.
He did not do good.
Negative.
And Charlotte Flair praising Liv Morgan. Posted on Twitter yesterday, 2 days from facing Io Shirai, and I hadn't planned on facing Liv. Maybe I didn't take it as seriously as I should have, but Liv made me a believer tonight. So tough. Io, do not think for a second I'll make that same mistake Wednesday.
I believe in Liv.
I hope Io beats her. I know it's not going to happen, but I hope Io beats her.
Yeah, I'd be intrigued if it happened.
Fox is airing a 2-hour special this Saturday night at 8 Eastern, 7 Central. WWE's greatest ladder matches. The listing says featuring the best of the most high-flying, crowd-wowing battles in sports entertainment. The ladder match starring The Rock. Yeah, because The Rock was known for a lot of great ladder matches.
Right.
John Cena, Undertaker, Triple H. Yeah, all those guys known for great ladder matches.
Oh, boy.
Brock Lesnar.
Oh, man.
Look, Rock and Triple H had a great ladder match together.
Charlotte Flair, Becky Lynch, and more. That is a weird group of people to put in your promotion for the best of ladder matches. I mean, we don't have to run down who we would put in that list. That rhymes
No question. No question.
That rhymes with Edge.
Hulk Hogan.
Jeff, Ultimate Warrior.
King Kong Bundy.
Could you imagine?
Kamala.
Wow.
Dude, I bet you Randy Savage could have had an awesome ladder match.
Oh, yeah.
Can you imagine a ladder match between Randy Savage and Ricky Steamboat?
I
bet you that'd have been such good shit.
Good shit, pal.
Yeah, it'd have been tremendous. 2 WWE books released today. WWE Kicking Down Doors, female superstars who are ruling the ring and changing the game. And Incomparable by Nikki and Brie Bella.
Darryl looks so excited.
Yeah. Just with SmackDown's best matches of the decade added to the network, Raw has now been added best matches of the decade. Ms. John Cena for the championship. Cena Punk. Shield against Undertaker, Kane, Daniel Bryan. John Cena versus Cesaro.
You don't want to put, you said Raw's greatest matches?
Yeah.
Why not John Cena versus Sami Zayn?
It was all right.
I love that match for the U.S. title.
Cena and Cesaro was dope.
I can't remember. Was this good, Matt or Darryl? Kevin Owens. Fatal 4-way elimination match. Kevin Owens, Seth Rollins, Big Cass, and Roman Reigns.
That was to crown the vacant Universal.
Yeah, that's when Triple H came in and helped him out.
Yep.
A 7-man gauntlet match from 2018. Was that when Daniel Bryan went 60 minutes?
Maybe.
I can't remember that one. I would probably have to watch it again.
Natalya versus Ronda for the title in December of 18. Charlotte, Becky Lynch for the #1 draft pick for their brand. AEW Dark came out on Tuesday on YouTube. Matches are, one says 10 versus Ryan Plies. 10?
10 is the newest member of the Dark Order.
Oh, the athlete guy.
Yeah.
Sean Dean against Sammy Guevara, Kip Sabian against Colt Cabana.
Boom, boom.
Colt Cabana.
Still managed to get on BTE this week.
I'm with it.
The bouncing Colt head.
I got to say, the funniest thing was he was behind a trash can in a case of water.
That was hilarious.
That was
and then they did
hilarious.
like a Looney Tunes escape thing.
Yes.
Inside that room. That has been one of the bright spots. No, I mean, there's been a lot of bright
That'd be
spots.
some dumb shit I would do.
Colt hiding behind.
BT has been great.
Colt hiding behind this pole that's like that thick in the background. MLW President Court Bauer, not Colt.
I was like, wait, you got Colt on the brain, brother.
Colt Cabana Bauer.
Boom, Colt Bauer. Has tossed a challenge out to Mike Tyson, offering to host Iron Mike inside a Major League Wrestling ring.
Yeah, that's not going to happen.
Not even.
Court Bauer cannot afford Mike Tyson.
No, he can't.
I mean, let's just be real here.
Okay, so the competitors for the Titan Games have been released, and boxer Clarissa Shields, former NFL player Joe Thomas, and Victor Cruz.
Oh, Mr. Salsa.
A guy,
I love Clarissa Shields. I've watched her train before.
And then MMA fighter Tyron Woodley. I've had the
Oh,
privilege,
yeah, I know him. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I've had the privilege of eating dinner with him actually when I went down to St. Louis to promote.
Dropping JB.
Went down to St. Louis in 2010 to promote the EA MMA game, because the EA MMA game was with the Strikeforce roster, and he was just he was just a local guy at the time. Nobody knew who he was. We had dinner with him, played the video game with him, hung out with him for the week. He was a pretty cool dude, and then to see him do what he did in the UFC is pretty cool to see. And of course, we already mentioned Dasha Corrette from AEW. That's her real name being used there. More compilations on the network. Best of Money in the Bank. So go check that out. The first ever Bianca Belair action figure is in stock now. WWE Series.
It's a lot of weave.
107. Hilariously in the Series 107 set, EC3.
Wow.
Changing the game.
Also, Braun Strowman, The Rock, and Shinsuke Nakamura in Elite Series 103.
What a set. What a set.
That's a stable right there, right?
Word.
The Rock managing Strowman, Nakamura, Bianca, and EC3, right? Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Official details on The Undertaker's last ride on the WWE Network. Chapter 1 is immediately after Money in the Bank, and then chapters 2 through 5 will appear. Not every week, though.
I thought it was every Sunday.
There's going to be a gap. Chapter 2 is next week, next Sunday. All of these will debut at 10 a.m. Eastern, so right away in the morning on Sunday. Chapter 2, May 17th. Chapter 3, May 24th. Chapter 4, not until June 14th. And then Chapter 5 on June 21st.
Is it a big review on or something?
So for some reason, they're taking a 2-week break.
That's weird.
Yeah. Yeah, they're taking a 2-week break from May 24th to June 14th. Actually, they're 3-week break. They're taking 2 weeks off and then coming back on June 14th with Chapter 4.
Vince needs to take 2 weeks off and quit.
He need to take his life off.
Ooh.
That was questionable.
Ooh. There, see?
Our listeners know I talk my shit. I don't hold back.
So,
well, I talk my shit. Y'all buried me for it tonight.
You're nicer than I am, though.
Well, sometimes I can be mean.
Yeah, I'm not.
I was mean tonight.
You also talked about a woman's weight. That
Jesus Christ. I hate you both so
We're
much.
just stating facts here. I mean,
Look, she's the one who broke the table on Monday.
Oh shit! Oh shit!
She broke the damn table, JB.
Listen, Matt. I'm gonna
Fell
say it.
over and she broke the freaking table.
I'm gonna tell you just like this. I would never talk about a woman's weight.
It was gimmick.
I can't go that far.
It was not gimmicked.
I don't talk about how ugly people's kids look or a woman's weight. I don't do it. I stay away from it.
So something different I'm going to try here. You know, I've always pulled the headlines out of PW Insider, kind of coming through Fightful, because we all love Fightful. You know, we stay away from the dirt sheets for the most part, because they're not. That's why we get most of our stuff from PW Insider, because we know we can trust it.
Yeah.
We can pretty much trust Fightful. If it's something
I
dirt
agree
sheet
with
where we
that.
may bring it up and then go, "Oh, what do you think?" But just coming through Fightful for this week. Nikki Bella felt Ronda Rousey upstaged the women at the Royal Rumble in 2018.
Oh my
Nikki
God.
Bella needs to shut the fuck up.
Now she's coming out and saying it after she's good and retired and pregnant.
Yeah.
Like, come on, Nikki, shut up. You
Her
were the one.
hormones are raging at this point.
She's the one that had all the videos of her hugging Ronda after the Royal Rumble and telling her how happy she was that she's there. And now she's singing a different tune.
Yeah.
Like, whatever. Like, that's some two-faced shit right there.
Good story with Otis on why he created the caterpillar. He had a hey Tucky. He was at a dance party in elementary school. No girls would dance with him, so he had to get the crowd over with his moves. He started shaking his hips, and once he got going and everybody watching, then out came the worm. That came out wrong.
Wow.
And he spoke with Scotty 2 Hottie about using the move and calling it the caterpillar, and got his blessing to use that. Out came the worm.
That was interesting. Turn it up.
Tama Tonga and Carl Anderson say the Bullet Brigade and the Real were once considered as names for the Bullet Club.
This is
Bullet
facts.
Brigade. I'm glad that didn't happen.
That sounds like something Vince would come up with.
Yeah.
Bullet Brigade for life.
ACH was told smiling was a Vince McMahon thing. No surprise there. He apologized finally for his.
Yeah, it only took him 6 months.
He also said he realizes they might have fucked his career. No way.
You know that thing we kind of tried to warn him about 6 months ago?
Can't fix stupid.
Look, I get people have depression problems and shit and some serious issues, man, but when you're in that bad of a place, stay the fuck off social media.
Mm-hmm. Especially on the platform that he's at.
Yeah.
Yeah, dude.
Marty Scurll interview saying there was a misconception that the Ring of Honor New Japan relationship broke down. Don't know all the story about that, but
I have not listened to the Marty podcast yet. I will eventually.
Heath Slater talking about SummerSlam 2010. Nexus was going over. Then right before the match, we weren't. That was
I think he revealed that on Busted Open. Like
yeah, it was Busted Open.
Like he pretty much like during the show they all thought they were going over, and like last minute they were told that the plans got changed.
What a stupid
Big Match John had to go over, Jack.
Mm-hmm.
What a stupid fucking decision.
Jared, I remember the stories of Jericho and Edge being like, "This is a bad decision," and apparently I heard Cena later on admitted that he made a mistake about it. But
was it Cena being adamant to win?
I heard it was Cena's push for that team to win.
Fuck that.
So
Mick Foley says he's a Brandon Vink guy. I liked his promo on Monday. I thought his promo was pretty good. I
create a wrestler 6 and 8.
Still, yeah, he needs something. And my God, thank God Lawler ain't on commentary. He just has an orgasm every time he says Brandon Vink.
They have nothing that makes them stand out.
Nothing. Vink stinks.
Put that on a T-shirt.
There it is.
And underdog, put that on a T-shirt. And Shane Thorne is a heel. Just he has a lot of good charisma, and it just not coming out as a heel.
Who, Vink?
Yeah, no, Shane Thorne.
Yeah, he has as much charisma as a knee pad right now.
Zack Ryder revealed his contract.
I got nothing else.
Honestly, that's the problem with a lot of people they've brought up to Raw lately. They just look so generic.
But some people, I mean, you got to realize some people
Vink
aren't.
looks generic. Shane Thorne looks generic. Austin.
If you go back to TM61, Thorne had a lot of charisma, and he was obviously the guy that was going to be a bigger star than Nick Miller. But you could see it. Now you don't see it at all.
Yeah.
What the hell happened?
JB! How are we gonna handle this now? Who has the recording?
I'm still recording.
Okay, you didn't lose anything?
I don't know.
Oh,
the meeting hasn't. Well, the meeting
it's still recording. I still see it recording up in the top left hand corner.
All right,
the meeting hasn't stopped. So I'm
all right, cool. I panicked for a second as we lost the person who was taping this.
No, it's still my meeting.
My Zoom crashed. Yeah, I don't know what happened. We're recording, it says. So
all right, cool deal.
Hopefully nothing got fucked up.
Guess we should wrap up now.
Yeah, I don't know.
Before anything else happens.
Kind of wrapping up.
This was an edition of Lost in the Rail. Lost off the rail card.
Yeah, let's just go. Well, it's Zach.
Darryl's kind of froze up there for a bit there too for a second.
No, he's dancing.
Chilling.
Now he's dancing.
Gang.
Oh my.
Yeah, I'm curious to see what this will look like on the recording and if I can edit it. A whole new challenge with video now. Zack Ryder revealed his contract was up in August, struggling to decide to re-sign.
You made the best decision, young fella.
Well, yeah, by not. Well, I mean, if he re-signed, he still probably would have been released anyways. So
yeah, he made the best decision. Period.
Do you Do you get anything extra from outside of having to sit 90 days? He doesn't have to sit
vacation. Your body gets to heal.
Does he have to sit 90 days now?
Who?
Zack Ryder.
I don't think they had.
So Zack Ryder was on the main roster 90 days.
Oh, so all people on the main roster had a non-compete clause?
Everybody on the main roster 90 days. Everybody on NXT 30 days. The Revival were released immediately with no non-compete clause because they were already paid their downside.
Yes.
They had no reason to keep them.
Yes, we get to see Dick Hardwood.
So there's that's not his name.
Yes.
I read that
Dick Hardwood, no.
I read that the Revival gave up trademarks in exchange for being released early. Yeah,
I'm not sure which ones, but a couple of the ones that they trademarked they had to give up.
I
know FTRKO was one of them.
Mm-hmm.
Fightful is saying Karrion Kross is making his debut tomorrow, like ring debut.
Well, there we go. He'll probably find a jobber or something. Okay. Maybe that what's the guy's name from that's been jobbing everywhere for them? Ruff.
Yeah, Leon
Ruff.
Leon Ruff. I bet you Leon Ruff fights Kross tomorrow night.
Is that a liquor store version of Leo Rush?
He's about the same size. Jeff Cobb says his AEW appearance helped Ring of Honor. And eventually we'll sign an exclusive deal somewhere.
Listen, long as tomorrow we get a surprise with Cash and Dick, we're good.
Dick Hardwood and what we got? Cash.
It's Cash Wheeler
and Dick Hardwood.
Cash.
It's not Dick Hardwood.
It's Dick Hardwood and Cash Stripper.
There you go.
You guys are awful.
Did you guys hear about ACH calling Jay Lethal and Uncle Tom?
Yes.
But that was back.
That was months ago.
That was back when he was doing all of his other rants.
Yeah, because that's when Moose and a lot of other wrestlers, and JTG and a lot of other wrestlers say, "Yo, you need to chill out. Go sit your dumb ass down somewhere."
Well, that's when he stopped getting the support.
Yeah.
When he started losing his mind, and like people were supporting him at first, and then he freaking lashed out at Jay Lethal for really no good reason, and everybody's just like, well, "All right, dude, you're taking shit too far at this
Go
point."
sit your stupid ass down somewhere.
So here's a good reason why I'm doing the Fightful thing now as a new segment on the tail end of the headlines in case of things we don't miss. Zack Ryder says Vince McMahon pulled his shirt design for promoting TNA. His shirt design that got pulled, this was years ago, was "Take care, spike your hair." Vince thought it was promoting TNA.
Spike TV.
At the time, it was on fucking Spike.
Yep. That's a true story. I heard that back then.
Look on Darryl's face is saying it right there. Now, Matt.
That's how fucking stupid Vince McMahon is.
Matt, when we met Zack Ryder at WrestleMania 32, he hung out with us a couple of days before WrestleMania, and didn't his shirt say that on the back?
You're thinking way. It wasn't at WrestleMania 32. We met him at
not 32
SummerSlam for WWE 12.
Yeah, long time ago.
Or was it WWE 13? No, it was WWE 12.
It was WWE 12. It was Orton was on the cover because we met Orton as well.
Yeah, it was WWE. It was WWE 12, and that's right around the time that shirt came out. That shirt came out that summer.
Yeah.
So,
and that was it had take care, spike your hair on the back, right? Because we all got one.
But shortly after that,
it got pulled.
It got pulled.
So we got a nice relic then.
Darryl looks disgusted.
I am.
Why? Oh, at the whole.
I think this is the first time he's just hearing about this.
It is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It is.
Zach was so cool. He hung out with us, played video games, took pictures. He hung out for quite a while too.
Yeah, he was a good guy.
Orton hung out for a little while. He probably was contractually obligated to hang out since he was the cover athlete.
Every time I've met Orton, he's been a cool dude.
Yeah, he was great. He was bullshitting with us, and it wasn't like an in and out thing with him.
Most wrestlers are good people when you meet them. It's still slap dicks that want to throw a fucking camera in their fucking faces where they're taking a shit to try to get a picture is what irritates them.
The best part about that whole weekend, this is where I met Matt in 2012. Is that right?
Yeah, that was the first time. It might have been 20. It might have been 2011.
11? Oh, yeah. It was 11 SummerSlam because Diesel came out through the crowd, screwed Punk. Del Rio came out and cashed his money in the bank.
FML.
Where was I going?
That's what I said when we left that building that night. FML.
My sidebar off of that was, Matt, what are your thoughts on 2K being canceled, and what are your thoughts on this?
It's about damn time.
And what are your thoughts on the arcade game?
I knew about Battlegrounds almost a year ago.
Now
I'm not very hopeful.
No, because honestly. they screwed Playgrounds.
Yeah, and I think it's going to be microtransaction hell. And I've been told by people that I trust that this title's coming out as it's going to be a $20 game.
Oh, only 20? Okay. A lot of people were swearing up and down 60. I'm like, no.
I'm hearing it's coming out. Like, look, it could change, but when I first heard about this game a year ago, I was hearing this game was coming out for $20, and it's going to be microtransaction hell.
Wow. I figured it'd be mirroring like Playgrounds for a price point and shit like that.
And let me just say, the men's character models look fantastic, and the women's look awful.
Yeah.
Like absolutely awful. Like they should be ashamed of themselves how bad Becky and Charlotte look in that commercial.
Shame.
Arn Anderson says WWE creative must have been high to pitch a revival comedy gimmick. He said something else too. I can't remember what.
There's nothing wrong with being high, but you know.
True.
Oh my.
I don't know. All right, let's move on. You guys want to finish the bracket?
Word, son.
Oh my God.
Let's swim through it real quick because it's going to be fun.
And then we got Money in the Bank, which I mean, there's only 6 matches, so that ain't gonna take a while. All right, we're Sweet 16. Let's go into the we called it the I guess it still is Impact NWA somewhat. Tessa Blanchard, James Storm in a I don't have the seeds with me, so fuck it. Tessa Blanchard, James Storm. We'll kick it off with Matt.
Storm.
I'm going Tessa. Darryl's breaking the tie.
Tessa.
RVD, Sammy Callahan.
Damn luck, James.
RVD against Sammy Callahan. Just on the porn segment alone, I'm going RVD, Darryl.
RVD.
I know we all know Matt ain't voting for Sammy Callahan, so
RVD.
So that's Tessa and RVD in the finals of the Impact NWA bracket. Darryl, Tessa against RVD.
RVD.
Matt.
RVD.
RVD in the final four. Who would have thought it in 2020? All because of that porn segment.
I know it's not just because of the porn segment.
Shit, you speak for yourself.
New Japan ROH side. Well, I mean, now that's just ROH because all the New Japanners got jobbed out. Jay Briscoe, Marty Scurll, Matt. Marty, yes, I vote Marty. But Darryl, would you have been making that unanimous?
I was going to say to reach for the sky, boy.
Yeah, you would have lost.
I know.
Jay Lethal.
Jay and James Storm could go have a beer together.
Jay Lethal and Matt Taven. I think we know where this is going because my vote's for Jay Lethal. Gee, Darryl, who are you voting for?
Matt Taven.
And Matt breaks the tie.
Son of a bitch. I'm gonna go with Matt Taven. Just for you, Darryl.
I appreciate that.
What?
His face.
Look at his face.
Now, if Taven goes over here, something's wrong. Marty Scurll, Matt Taven.
Oh, shit. I already know who Matt's picking with that one.
Darryl is going first.
You already know my answer. You know my
answer.
Right?
Matt. Marty Scurll, Matt Taven.
You go first.
My vote's for Marty.
My vote is also for Marty.
Look, it was fun while it lasted, okay?
I gave him.
It was fun while it fucking lasted.
Okay?
I gave him his wins, but he's not getting past the villain, pal.
Taven beat Jay White, Will Ospreay, and Jay Lethal.
Mm-hmm.
Taven had like an easy road, actually, if you think about it. WWE side of things. Matt's turn to lead it off. Keith Lee, Daniel Bryan.
I'm gonna go with Daniel Bryan.
I'd
love to see that match.
Yeah, I have to go Daniel Bryan.
Like honestly, out of all the matches we've run through so far, that's a match I'd really like to see that match.
Yeah, there's been a lot of those in this, but yeah, that's probably.
I mean tonight in the matches we've said so far.
Yeah. I got to go Daniel Bryan. Would that have been? What's your vote? What have your vote been, Darryl?
Bask in his glory.
Yeah,
I'm a big Keith Lee fan.
I can't hate either pick, but I say Bryan just squeaks it out a little bit.
And then the other side of the bracket, Drew McIntyre and Kevin Owens. I will vote for Kevin Owens. Darryl.
KO.
Matt, what would your vote have been?
You see Booker T.
I love them both. I'll give Drew the nod there just so he has a vote, so he doesn't get swept.
See, Booker T on backstage has the right computer or tablet for his background right now.
Because it's definitely not a real background.
I need to turn my TV back on here. As I say TV, I mean my web version of my cable. And so in the WWE NXT finals, Daniel Bryan, Kevin Owens, whose turn is it?
It's yours.
Darryl. No, I think I said KO first. Or no, Matt, did Matt say KO first?
No, Matt went last.
I went last and going with Drew.
So it's Darryl's turn. Bryan and KO.
KO.
Matt?
Bryan.
Making me break the tie, huh?
Mm-hmm.
Yep, I purposely. So
Either way,
let this fall on JB's shoulders.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going KO.
Ooh.
KO going to the final four. All right, so 3 of the final 4 are set. What do you mean? That's Booker T's bedroom. Check.
Wait a minute.
Hello, Paige. Three-fourths of the set, final 4 is set.
The villain Seth Rollins is nowhere to be found.
Seth Rollins, where was he even? He lost to Ciampa in the first round.
Job, Rollins, job.
The final 4 is RVD. What the fuck? RVD in a 20. Marty Scurll and Kevin Owens. All right, AEW side of things. Matt kicks it off. Jon Moxley, and Hangman Page.
Hangman.
I got to go Moxley. Hard to go against the Mox. And
Hangman wants you both to stay the fuck at home.
I got a full bar. I'm good.
Bacon is sourdough bread.
Hangman, sourdough bread gimmick was so funny.
Yeah.
He took it out without any oven mitts on, and it's already sliced.
Oh, that's so good.
He wasn't wearing any pants.
And he had to be quiet while the sourdough was doing something. I can't remember what it was.
It's so good.
Other side of the bracket, Kenny Omega, Chris Jericho. I got to go with Le Champion, Darryl.
Kenny.
Ooh, making Matt break the tie now.
Mm-hmm.
Omega.
All right, so it's the cleaner against the purveyor of violence. Darryl. Moxley, Omega.
I'm going to go Kenny.
Matt.
Kenny.
Kenny Omega goes into the final 4. You know what my vote would have been, obviously, but
Yep.
Sorry, Moxley.
All right.
Call your grandmother. It'll be okay.
Right side of the bracket, RVD, Kenny Omega. Whose vote's next? Fuck, I forget. Matt, you're up.
Omega.
Yeah, Omega.
RVD. No, I'm just playing.
The left side of the bracket, Kevin Owens, Marty Scurll.
Ooh.
I'm going.
That's another match I'd love to see.
Who went first? Jesus Christ, I'm getting my turn. I think. KO over Marty. Matt's going out of turn. I think you went out of turn on purpose, didn't you?
I just wanted to make sure it wasn't a sweep.
Stun Owen stun.
All right.
Son of a bitch.
Our finals in the Midcard Madness.
Got to make
bracket,
that shit interesting.
Kevin Owens versus Kenny Omega. Darryl leads us off.
I'm gonna stick with my guy, Kenny.
Kenny Omega. Matt.
Omega.
Clean sweep. Your winner of the 2020 Midcard Madness Challenge. The cleaner, Kenny Omega.
This is the part where he plays music.
And get dinged
Insert.
Are you ready for this?
Get dinged by YouTube.
Right.
Money in the Bank is a Sunday, I guess.
I guess.
I guess.
I mean, there's 2 matches on the card that have been announced that'll probably happen. If it happens, do you see the Viking Raiders taking the titles from Street Profits?
No.
What else was there? There was something else. Another match that could be added to the card. Oh, fuck, what was it?
I don't fucking know.
Oh, Jeff Hardy, Sheamus, which obviously we know who'd win that.
Mm-hmm.
We hate doing a 4-part documentary on Jeff Hardy only for him to lose his first match back. Bailey, Tamina for the SmackDown Women's Championship.
It damn well better be Bailey.
Yeah. I don't know why they would put it on Tamina. The Universal Championship, Braun Strowman, Bray Wyatt. I don't know why they would take it off Braun right now.
Especially since it's not the Fiend.
Right.
Braun needs to go over.
Oh, it's not even going to be the Fiend.
Nope.
No, it's Bray. It's
Bray.
regular Bray.
Mm-hmm.
That means we're getting a rematch with the Fiend.
Mm-hmm.
Whatever
Braun.
July's pay-per-view is. What is July's pay-per-view?
Empty in the
I don't know.
audience.
What's June's pay-per-view?
Oh, yeah. I'm always so thinking Money in the Bank's June. What day is this?
What?
What year is it?
There isn't a June pay-per-view announced.
Oh, well. We'll survive.
It's called Empty in the Audience.
It goes from Money in the Bank to Extreme Rules.
WWE in your house.
Mm-hmm. Literally.
Yeah, there's no June pay-per-view. They don't have any pay-per-views.
Tuesday night in Texas coming back.
Shotgun Saturday night.
Cyber Sunday.
There it is.
We're on the same wavelength there.
What was it Taboo Tuesday?
Taboo
Yeah.
Tuesday, yeah.
Same premise, yeah.
Yeah.
Fatal 4-way for the SmackDown Tag Team Championships. New Day, Miz and Morrison.
Hey.
Ho ho. Forgotten Sons, Lucha House Party. Darryl.
Hey.
Going for Miz and Morrison or getting them back.
Yep.
Matt.
I think New Day retain.
Yeah, I think New Day retains. WWE Championship, Seth Rollins, Drew McIntyre. Pretty much can guarantee everybody saying Drew. Women's Money in the Bank, Asuka, Shayna, Nia, Dana, Lacey, Carmella. Matt is not in the match. I'm asking for his opinion. For his predictions.
Wow. I hope he on that match after what he said about Nia earlier.
They're throwing Matt in the match. They're throwing
Shut up, both of y'all.
They're throwing
I
Matt.
hate you both.
They're
I hate
throwing-
you both.
They're throwing Matt in the Women's Money in the Bank match for his previous comments against Nia Jax.
Yeah.
He
She wouldn't
cannot.
be able to catch me.
He cannot compete for the men's.
That's why I ain't saying shit, because she can catch my slow ass right now.
He's prohibited from catching. He's prohibited for going for the men's briefcase. He can only go for the women's.
He's gonna catch those hands.
I hate you both so much. But to me, this is obvious. It's Baszler. I don't see anybody else in the match even beginning to be the pick. I just don't.
I'm going Asuka.
I'm going Asuka too.
I would love it to be Asuka. I just don't think it's going to be. I think they've really cut her momentum off in the last couple months. So.
But her character has been so hot.
Yeah.
I would be thrilled to be wrong. I would love to see it to be Asuka. I just don't see them doing it.
This is a match where it will not hurt Shayna to lose because
it doesn't at all.
Yeah. If it was a one-on-one match, it'd be a different story. But it's a Money in the Bank match. It's not going to hurt her to lose. Though they're booking her,
dude. I hope you're right. I hope it is. I hope it is Asuka.
Mm-hmm.
I just think it's going to be Shayna.
And finally, the men: Daniel Bryan, Rey Mysterio, Aleister Black, King Corbin, Otis, AJ Styles, Darryl.
The phenomenal one.
It's got to be AJ. Has to be.
Itucky!
You can't be serious.
There's no way.
Okay.
Are you seriously voting for Otis?
No,
I was about to say, stop playing.
Aleister Black's my pick.
I can see
The only guy on SmackDown I could see it making sense with is Bryan.
Yeah, I can see Bryan winning it. Bryan would be my third. Bryan would be my second odds. I'm going to put AJ third. It's too hot.
I say AJ has that cocky attitude.
If you're saying AJ third, who's your pick then?
You say Aleister.
Aleister.
Oh, Aleister. Wow.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
Yeah.
I don't see a babyface holding that briefcase while Drew holds the title.
Mm-hmm.
But he can hold it.
I think Aleister Black walking around with a briefcase goes almost against everything his gimmick stands for.
But let me tell you this: his entrance is just going to sit with the candles. He's not going to carry it.
You know who's a dark horse who I could see doing it?
Hey, Tucky!
No, sir.
If you even say it, I swear to God, don't say it.
Yes, it is.
Corbin?
Don't say it.
Yep.
Dude, I will.
He has the perfect gimmick to walk around with that daggone.
And it would be great for him to be the first ever 2-time loser of cashing in. He cashes in it. Nah.
Just no.
You wanted to torment Matt some more, didn't you, Darryl?
I feel like this entire episode has been about tormenting me.
No, I mean, you put yourself out there with Nia Jax, so.
Yeah.
All we were saying is the women's groups are coming after us.
Right.
I'm tired of hearing about
coming after me.
I'm tired of hearing about the women's groups. Nobody supports Nia Jax. Nobody.
She's not
besides Nia Jax.
The Rock does.
Well, I don't have any heat with The Rock.
We're live from Aleister Black's office on WWE Backstage.
Selena Vega's office.
Ooh, how you doing? All right. On that note, that's going to do it for this edition of Lost in the Midcard. Thank you to SpiderDuck.net for being our host, enabling us to be on iTunes, Spotify, any of your favorite podcasting apps. Go ahead and search for Lost in the Midcard. Hit subscribe. Tell your friends. That way you know every time a new episode comes your way, typically every Wednesday. Links to it are our Facebook page, facebook.com/Lost in the Midcard. Also the Twitter at LITMC Podcast. And as you can see, we're on video now, so we're on the go to the YouTube. The links for the YouTube subscription are there as well. Follow us on the Twitter. Matt is on the Twitter at Rob Showtime. Darryl at No One Like D. I am on at JB Huskers. Before we ride off into the sunset, Darryl, what are your final thoughts?
Fuck Joseph Koff. Yeah. Enjoy Money in the Bank.
Matt? Yes? What are your final thoughts, Matt?
I think he's afraid to say anything.
Maybe the
hate you both so much.
maybe the sigh was his final thought.
Yeah, there it is.
All them women chase him. Not in a good way. With pitchforks and torches.
Look.
I need Mark Cho to make a graphic of women chasing Matt.
Look, my disdain for Nia Jax has nothing to do with her weight, okay? Just enough already. Enough. Both of y'all.
Enough is enough. It is time for a change.
I'm not a nugget.
Quiet over there, 1 inch.
Oh, on that note, for Darryl Bullock and Matt Black, and behalf of all women, fat women nationwide.
Fuck you! Oh my God!
This is Jeremy Bennett.
Thank you
for tuning in to Lost the Midcard. We'll maybe catch you next week if we're all still here.
They're going to catch Matt before they catch us.
Woo!